So check this out. So I've been a huge fan of BlackBerry devices throughout my life, from being the last person in college with a Blackberry Classic to being the first person owning a BlackBerry Storm. BlackBerry has always been a pivotal part of my phone journey. So today we have finally received the BlackBerry Classic by Zinwa. This is an updated take on the original Classic, boasting Android OS and an updated cellular chip to allow for 4G. It comes with the original BlackBerry body, similar classic internals, and the form factor we all grew to love. Today we'll be unboxing, exploring, and taking a first look at the BlackBerry Classic by Zinwa. This is the unboxing gadget. Let's dive in and explore. Let's get it. So, what is this thing? And how are we somehow using a BlackBerry Classic in 2026? Simple. Zinwa made it happen. They did it by reusing original BlackBerry Classic housing that would have otherwise ended up as e-waste. That means no expensive new tooling, and more importantly, it keeps the iconic physical keyboard, trackpad, and compact form factor that made the Classic so loved in the first place. Now the end result is the device that we have here. Looks and feels like a classic BlackBerry, but on the inside it's running updated OS of Android 14 with updated specs. So it kind of has that old soul and that new brain. It's pretty nice, it's pretty cool. It's actually a pretty awesome device so far. Okay, so let's dive deeper into the company that revived the Classic, Zinwa Technologies, also known as Zinwa on Discord. Zinwa first announced a new Classic project around May 2025 last year, and I was also one of the early supporters who pre-ordered the Q25. Now I fully opted for the complete Q25 device, which I believe is honestly no longer being sold by Zinwa on his team. Now if we check the website, I don't see the option to get the full device for the Q25, I only see the kit. Now I'm not sure if Zinwa has a future plans to release the kit again, but apparently for right now, the Q25 does not have the full device, but we'll discuss some more on that later. Now my order number was in the high 1200s, which put me in the second batch of devices. I received my full device on January 17th, honestly about 9 months after the pre-order from pre-order date to delivery. So not bad, kind of a long time, but honestly I didn't expect it to get here in 9 months. I thought for sure it would be a year or so later. So getting in 9 months, I'm pretty shocked that Zinwa made it happen. And here it is. Now this is not a review unit or a paid promo. This is my actual device that I paid with my hard-earned money. Like I mentioned, I patiently waited the 9 months for the pre-order to actually get the device. Now if you do have a pre-order, I'm assuming it's on the way. Zinwa is posting updates in the Discord daily and weekly, so hopefully you'll get yours soon. Now when you unbox the phone, you'll find the phone itself, some bubble wrap, and a battery. And honestly, that's about it. It's pretty bare, not much to it if you ask me, but I'm assuming the budget went mostly towards the revival, and honestly I fully understand that. So no special packaging here, which is quite alright with me. I'm glad we just got the phone, and he actually threw it in the case, which is pretty cool. So got the phone in the case, not bad. Now, believe it or not, this is an actual BlackBerry, but it's not an OEM BlackBerry. BlackBerry did not create this. Zinwa rehoused a BlackBerry Classic and created the Q25. Now I do have some other BlackBerry devices laying around that are OEM created by BlackBerry to compare with the Classic. But you can clearly see here with mine, it's a used beaten shell, which was a huge controversy among some of the users in the Discord receiving their devices. Luckily, I read the fine print and I understood the assignment before purchasing, so I'm actually not too mad about it because mine's actually in pretty good condition. However, I do think the shells would have been in a little bit better condition considering the price. Now, comparing to some of the other BlackBerries I have around that are OEM, that are the official BlackBerries, we can see I have this 9900 and I even have a BP. So the Classic kind of fits in the middle between all this. The BP is of course a random device, not quite a BlackBerry, but you can see with the 9900, the Classic fits right in the middle. It's honestly a pretty good size. It's not too wide, it's not too small. It's actually pretty perfect. So pretty cool. Now the color, I actually do regret getting black because I did see on the Discord and some of the Reddit forums, other colors like brown, pink, I might have saw red. Those are actually pretty cool. I kind of wish I would have opted for them, but I kind of just wanted the phone, so I just got the quickest color. And I think Zinwa posted that getting the OEM black was the quickest way to get your phone, so I opted for that. Okay, so let's get this thing turned on and dive into the OS. Just like any Android 14 phone, everything is pretty familiar. As far as service, you can see I'm on Ultra Mobile. Well, hopefully you can see that. Now, the Q25 does operate on 4G networks, so you would have to take that into consideration if you wanted a 5G phone. It doesn't support 5G, only 4G. Now, my UK and other friends outside the US, you would have more choices as far as networks go, but as far as US services go, now I tried it on Ultra Mobile, I tried it on Simple Mobile, and I tried it on Google Fi. All those work pretty fine, no issues. Just keep in mind that some of the US networks might not work. Okay, so moving on, let's dive into some of the apps I downloaded. So first up, I have Instagram. Now, Instagram works pretty well on the Q25. No issues, works just like any other phone, iPhone, Android, works pretty good. Now, I do have some issues with the trackpad not working when I scroll sometimes, but I don't know if that's a software issue with Instagram or what, but besides that, no issues. Okay, so the next app I have downloaded is Subway Surf. You're probably like, Subway Surf, really? Out of all the games you can download? Yeah, I just wanted to test out Subway Surf. My time is limited with games, so Subway Surf is when I downloaded. So either way, Subway Surf works pretty well. As you can see here, it's loading up. Honestly, no lagginess, no slowdowns. The touchscreen works pretty smooth. You can see I'm, interacting with it pretty well. Having any touchscreen issues, which is pretty good. Now, I did hear some reports that people are having some issues with the touchscreen with the Q25, but my testing, it works just like any other Android phone, which is pretty cool. So Subway Surf, I'm gonna give it A+ here. Okay, so next up we have Reddit. And honestly, Reddit works just as well. Honestly, like I'm scrolling on any other phone. Now this is the home page of Reddit. This is not my Reddit. So if you are wondering like, what am I looking at? This is just popular page. Either way, that ground beef burrito looks pretty good, doesn't it? But either way, Reddit works pretty smooth. I can, it seems like I can like, comment, do anything I would normally do on any other phone, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Now granted, the screen's a little smaller, so you can't quite see everything as you would, but if you scroll good enough, you'll be able to see just like you would on any other phone. Reddit, I'm gonna give it A. This dude. Reddit, I'm gonna give it A on the Q25. Okay, so we talked about the hardware, the OS, and the software. Let's dive into some of the negatives of the Zinwa Q25. First, the SIM port. Now the SIM port, in my opinion, is a little janky. Now, Zinwa did preference this by saying you do have to hit the SIM port at a certain angle in order for it to come out. But I don't understand why the micro SD card slot, I have no issues getting out. But with the SIM port, you have to hit it at a certain spot in order for it to get out. So, forewarning, the SIM card slot is a little janky, and I'm sure that's due to them rehousing the old shell with the new internals. Secondly, one of the major gripes I have is the touchscreen. Now, I did say the touchscreen isn't too bad, but after using it day in and day out, the touchscreen is kind of unresponsive, and I'm not sure if this is due to a software update in the future, or maybe I just haven't updated my software yet, but the touchscreen does need some more smoothness to it. Not as smooth as I want it to be. It's even not as smooth as an old Blackberry touchscreen would be. So touchscreen can use some work. And lastly, now I know this is already preference with Zinwa, but the shell. The shell's kind of beaten up and mine's kind of sticky. Now I did know this going into it that buying the full kit is a reused device, so the stickiness, the beat up shell was expected, but didn't expect the stickiness of the back shell to be this sticky. So I didn't like that, and it is what it is. I'm trying to, I cleaned it off. Hopefully it gets better as time goes on and I use it. Either way, the back's a little sticky. So those are my 3 negatives. Take it how you want it. Let's move on to the positives because there definitely are some. First up, the keyboard. Now the keyboard on this thing is fantastic. It instantly takes me back to using an original Blackberry. It's easy to type on. There's zero input lag, and it has that satisfying clicky Blackberry feel that we've honestly been missing for years. The keyboard on the Q25 is a solid 10 out of 10. Now, battery life. Now this one actually surprised me. The battery life is pretty good. Actually, it's really good. It's actually excellent. Now, I'm not sure if that's because I'm using the phone less, not doom scrolling and just scrolling social media, but since I've had the Q25, it's able to easily get through a whole day and even more. So battery life actually checks out pretty good. And lastly, not to be overlooked, but the Blackberry works just like a phone should. The call quality is excellent. I mean, the call and in buttons are placed in an easy to access position. I have no issues with the call quality. And like I mentioned before, messaging and using the keyboard in this thing feels natural, just like an old Blackberry would. So those are my 3 positives for the Blackberry Q25. So there it is, the Q25 by Zinwa, a refreshing take in a world dominated by slab-style smartphones. It's not perfect, but it does offer a keyboard which to some is the best or worst thing ever to leave the smartphone world. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. This is the Unboxing Gadget. I will catch you all next time. Peace.